Melbourne, Australia's first capital city and its cultural and sporting hub, has 3 times been voted the world's most livable city. However, there is another side to Melbourne. Over the past 18 months, there has been an alarming increase in the number of deaths and injuries resulting from alcohol-fuelled assaults around Melbourne night spots. When Today Tonight investigated the alarming increase in vicious alcohol-fuelled attacks, we discovered a dramatic rise in the number of venues serving alcohol until the early hours of the morning. So, is the city's party culture affecting the safety of Melburnians?
I used to feel safe in Melbourne, but I don't anymore.
There's no doubt at all the correlation between alcohol and violence.
When you go to clubs and stuff, there's a lot of people out, they get a bit too drunk and start fights.
I've seen multiple fights and assaults and stuff like that on the street.
The only violence I've seen is in clubs, so I don't know if it's alcohol or drugs, so it might be this or that.
Our research shows there are more than 12,000 liquor licences in Victoria. This has increased by 50% over the last decade. Assaults in licensed premises have jumped over 7% in the last year. Jeff Munro, Director of the Australian Drug Foundation, believes Melbourne City Council's push for a 24-hour city is creating a dangerous nighttime environment.
Well, we think that there's a danger in very high density of licensed venues because it creates enormous competition and means that some venues might be pushed.
As more Melbourne nightclubs than ever before are pushing closing hours back to meet the sunrise, the impact of the push for a 24-hour city is being felt throughout Melbourne.
I think that allowing venues to stay open all night really is asking for trouble because we know that some people are going to drink right through the night.
And it's our emergency services who suffer the consequences of Melbourne's deadly party culture.
Look, I don't know that there are increased instances of assaults associated with alcohol in Melbourne, but there's always been a long history in wherever there's licensed premises, and Melbourne's got a lot of licensed premises, up to over 1,600 licensed premises in the city. Wherever you've got alcohol being served in late nights, there's going to be assaults.
Alan Eade from the Melbourne Metropolitan Ambulance Service deals with the ugly effects of alcohol abuse nightly.
Ambulance paramedics these are genuine figures. The ambulance paramedics are assaulted and require hospital treatment on average 17 times per week across the Metropolitan Ambulance Service, of which one a fortnight requires hospital admission.
The City Council's push for a European-style all-night city has come under fire in light of recent violence in our streets. Town planner Peter Tapper is often responsible for approving the licences that are causing so much trouble.
The strategic direction of the city definitely encourages a 24-hour city, and so we get a lot of applications for licensed venues. It's a permit required use, but it's definitely something that we encourage, and very rarely that we'll refuse one.
Already, this dangerous night culture has taken its toll on our city. Now it's up to those responsible for liquor licensing to decide whether a trendy nightlife is worth risking the safety of our streets.
I think we forget how dangerous alcohol can be and what a toll it takes on our society.